Hello, my name is Kelly Bluen. Welcome to episode 4 of our mini mandalas. To make these mandalas, I start out by using a coin. I'm using a penny, but you can use any size coin or anything that's round that you'd like to start with. I'm also using a Micron PN plastic nib pen, a graphite pencil for some drawing and shading, and this is a tortillon or a blending stump. I'm also using a 5" by 5" little sketchbook to put my mandalas in. I'm going to zoom in. Sorry, that's wiggly. Okay, and I'm going to start by tracing that penny somewhere on my page. Just go all the way around it. Like that. I'm going to put my pen down for a minute and pick up my pencil. So a typical mandala is made using a compass and a ruler or a protractor, and you can use the compass to make larger and larger circles and definitely more accurate and more symmetrical. But the way I do it is just a fun little way to make a mini one. So I just make the one circle, and then I use my pencil to put a line across the center, and then also vertically. And then I go out each corner like that, and this way. It's okay that some of these triangles are a little bit larger or smaller than other ones. And then for today, I want to make a couple more circles. So I'm going to start with my pencil, and I'm just going to go around the outside edge and to make a circle there. Then I'm going to do one more. And it doesn't matter how wide these are, whatever you feel like doing. So this one is about the same size, but it doesn't have to be. Okay. Once I have those the way that I want, I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to trace those circles. And it's okay if things bump out a little bit or aren't exactly even. These are just meant for fun. Okay, so we've got our 3 circles now. And then of course I will be drawing a few more, but we're going to start this by making a little circle in the center. And then I'm going to leave a little space there for kind of a little reflection. And I'm going to use my pen to color in all around it. So there's the center of our mandala. And then I'm going to draw a very narrow line on the inside of that circle. And then in between these lines, I'm going to put bumps. Get all of those filled in, and then I'm going to put ink in between those little petals. Just putting some ink in here to fill that in. we go. All right, for this next section, I'm going to be putting in sort of a pointy petal. We've made these before, and they're going to go in between two of the lines. So I'm going to go up and down, up and then back down. So I'm kind of curving up to the center, curving back down. If you're more comfortable making yours straight triangles, go right ahead. Okay. Now on the outside, in between these petals, I'm going to start at the top left corner and I'm going to put a line right alongside that petal. And then I'm going to put a line along this side, and then back on this side, and then that side. I'll show you again. I start in that top left corner, and I make a line all the way across to the other side. And then I go on the opposite side, and the other one, and the other one. It just changes the whole look. I love it. I start on the left side, go on the other. You're just alternating sides. Again, some will have more room than others. No one's judging you. So I go on that far side and make my line across to the other way. I love how that looks. Now I'm going to go inside of each of these petals, and I'm going to make a line on the inside, copying that shape. So I call that an aura. In Zentangle drawing, we use auras a lot, and that's just where we're following the shape of the line on the inside or the outside. Just makes this drawing look even more intricate. All right, and I'm going to go back to this inner flower here, and I'm going to start at the dark center and just flick my pen outward and see how that gives kind of a thick line and it gets thinner. So I push down and then lift up as I pull out. It just gives those little petals a little bit more, I don't know, a little more thickness to them. Okay, now I'm going to make a line around that circle we just worked on. All the way around. Now I'm going to make the same thing. I'm going to make those petals again, where I go from the line up to the top and then back down again. So I'm going up to that middle and back down. Up to the middle and back down. One thing about mandalas is that you can make that same shape on every single section, and it just gets larger and larger. and changes as you go. And I'm going to repeat what I did here, where I go on the left-hand side, and then the right, and the left, and the right. Left, right, left, right. I like that we just did this on the line before it, so you should have some muscle memory in how this goes. And if you've got room to keep going, you know, like you do your last line and you've got room to go back, it's okay if you add another line or two. So pretty. All right, now inside my little petal shapes, I'm just gonna put a tiny little bump and color it in, just because I want to bring back some of that dark ink. Feel free to use whatever design you would like on the interior. I'm just gonna do this. Little bumps, filling them in. All right, we're going to do one more section. And for this section, I'm going to go back to what I did in the center, which is those little bumps that sort of look like a flower. So I've got this area here, and you can decide if you want to put 2 or 3 per area. I think I'm going to do 2, and I'm going to make them a little bit taller. So I'm going to go 1, 2. These do not have to be symmetrical to what we have going on. So if you do one and your second one crosses that line, don't even worry about it. They do not have to land in a certain spot. Just trying to keep them all about the same height. You can see some of mine went over those lines. That's okay. And then I'm going to aura the outside of this, which just means I'm going to do an outline around that outer edge. I do this often on my mandalas. I just feel like it's a good finishing touch. All the way around. All right. Now there's so many ways that we can fill in these little bumps. And if you would like, you can do the same thing we did down here, where we're doing that crisscross pattern. I think I'm gonna do just some little flicks to kind of mimic the inside of my mandala. So I'm gonna do a flick up, and then I'm gonna do to the sides. I'm just going to add a little dot off the end of each of those. So a big flick up the middle and little ones off to the side. Now as I'm doing this, I'm feeling like I don't have enough dark ink at the end, so I think I'm going to color in this outside border. If you don't like doing that little flick motion, go ahead and just draw those lines in. All right, I've got those done. I'm going to pick up a Sharpie I have sitting here, just because it's a little bit thicker. And I'm going to ink in the outside, because I like having that dark edge on this one, not on all of them. I don't normally use a Sharpie on these, but I just kind of want to get this area filled in and not have to have you sit and watch me do it for 20 minutes. That adds so much drama to the tile. I love it. There we go. It looks so pretty. Now, if you want, you can go and add some dark, on the inside of those little petals, the little bumps again, or some little flicks or some polka dots, whatever you would like. But this is our mini mandala for today. Again, this is episode 4. I'm going to try to do one of these every single Monday for as long as I can. And if you like my videos, please subscribe. And also I do Zentangle drawing videos, so feel free to check out my 15 minutes of Zentangle drawing videos that I release on Saturdays. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. As always, initial your work and maybe write a little journal entry about what's on your mind, what's in your heart this week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.